Hi everyone, this is Erica from Siren Song Oracles. How's everybody doing today? Hope you're having a great day. I am here to do another weekly energy reading. It's going to be a little different because I like to experiment with how to do my readings. And it's also filmed from a different angle too, with a little bit of a Halloween look meets a mystical look. Soon there will be more backdrop that's interesting. I just haven't totally went to Michael's yet. But yeah, I'm filming it from a different angle today. I figured something out today, and I'm filming it from this angle to see how it works. So let me know if you like it. Again, hope you can resonate with this video. It is a general reading. These are just the general energies of soulmates and twin flames, divine masculine, divine feminine. Again, as I've gone over before, you don't have to be a feminine to be feminine or a masculine person as in a man to be masculine. They're just energies, but sometimes it's easier to think of it that way. Also, this reading will be about the person you are currently thinking of when you watch the reading, your connection, and you. So, and pretty much all of my subscribers are feminines, but hey, if a masculine comes on here, great. All my subscribers are women, and they know which one they are, so they're tapping into that. If you like what you see on this channel and you are digging my videos, please like, subscribe, comment, and if you want a personal reading, all the information is below. So I'm doing it differently today also because I'm doing it live, and I'm just going to try not to shuffle so loud. I wanted to do it live because it's just sometimes easier. So we have two decks today. We have a couple decks today actually, but the two tarot decks I'm using to represent the divine feminine, divine masculine, one fell, excuse me. Okay, sorry about that. So the Divine Masculine deck is going to be the Game of Thrones deck. One of my favorites, one of my new ones. And the other deck, in the spirit of Halloween and magic and witchcraft, we have, let's see here, okay, the Druidcraft Tarot deck. Haven't used that one in a while. That's going to represent the feminines. Okay, we're going to start out like that. We're going to start out as a comparison here. You'll see how I do it of him and her side by side, okay? So we're going to start with the masculine. And we're going to make this direct and to the point about where he is currently at with you right now, feminine, if you are listening. Where is he at with the feminine right now emotionally? What does he want? What is he desiring? We're just going to get right to the point. We're going to reflect how they're feeling about each other immediately. And because we got a lot more oracle decks to go that are going to be offering other advice and reflection. So the first card out here, what is the divine masculine energy toward the divine feminine? Okay, and it is, let's see what we have. It's the Queen of Cups. Huh. Okay, so his energy toward her is very loving. And it's loving, it's nurturing, it's kind, compassionate. Also, he could be seeing the feminine this way as a kind, compassionate woman who is emotional. Maybe he's feeling a little emotional as well. Looks like she's, praying there. It's Sansa in Game of Thrones. Could be emotionally reflecting as well, because the Queen of Cups is a very, deep woman. So if he's reflecting that kind of energy, he could be even tapping into his feminine side as well. But yes, he is either, he's having these nurturing, loving, kind, and caring feelings toward you, or he is seeing you this way. So far, it's very good. I like it. Okay. So we're going to go over to her, and we're going to just do a side-by-side thing. We're going to go back and forth and see, how is she feeling about him. So this is going to be just a different way to do things. What is the divine feminine feeling toward the masculine right now? Interesting. The Eight of Swords. Okay. All right. Well, it looks like the divine feminine feels somewhat trapped here. She doesn't know which way to go in the situation. At this point in the reading, I can't really tell if this is for a collective that is in separation or for people who are actually in relationships at this present time. But yeah, the feminine in this situation feels trapped. she's just, indecisive about what to do, where to go. She feels like she can't really move in the situation. Maybe she can't move on. She can't, unbind herself from, possible negative thoughts about their situation and their connection, negative thoughts towards him. She's bound to him in some way. She's trapped by her thoughts about him. So that is the problem. The feminine's issue here is that it's mental anguish. She's like blindfolded, her hands are tied, and there's swords all around her. She just feels blind. She doesn't know what the heck to do. Maybe there's not enough information for her in the situation. Maybe she just has too many options. But whatever it is, she can't seem to move out of this little trap here. But of course, it's all mental. So just right from the get-go, different pages here right now. Interesting. He's feeling more positive toward her, but she doesn't look like she's feeling all that positive about him. So, okay, we're going to get back to the more reflections on the divine masculine and what he's feeling for his feminine right now. What is he feeling for the divine feminine? The Hierophant. Wow. Interesting. Well, there's wisdom here. There's tradition here. There's doing things the right way. Between the Queen of Cups and him, I would, and the Hierophant, I would say, he wants to do the right thing. It's another more good energy. I don't know. He could be married because that Hierophant represents marriage sometimes, but that's more of a basic meaning. But I think, coupled with the Queen of Cups here, it just looks like, pensive, reflective, I don't want to say apologetic, but, feeling, I don't say guilty, but, wanting to be forgiven, wanting to show kindness, just really wanting to do the right thing toward the feminine, for his feminine. It's not for his feminine, but by her. He wants to do right by her. Because in his heart, he's got a really good feeling about her. He's got that Queen of Cups feeling about her. So again, he's tapping into some wisdom here. He may have found a guide in his life even, possibly, to help him. I don't know. But I just feel that he's very much wanting to do the right thing in this situation, and whatever it is. So he's got good intentions. I can give you that. So what is the feminine feeling for the masculine right now? What is the divine feminine's energy toward the masculine right now? Oh my gosh, the Three of Swords, the feminine. Oh my goodness. Okay, hold on. Well, this feminine is brokenhearted over her masculine. She's trapped. She can't break free, and she probably just can't break free of this broken heart, this third-party situation. Previous readings I've done for the collective, a lot of times this comes up, a three-party situation will come up. So again, there could be another person involved with your masculine, or another person even involved with you, feminine, and you're brokenhearted about that. Somebody's heart got broken here. But this is your energy toward the masculine. It's you're thinking about a broken heart with him. You're feeling a broken heart about him. So it only makes sense why he would feel, like the Queen of Cups, he wants to apologize, he wants to be kind and compassionate, he wants to do the right thing. So it's like you're hurting, and maybe, just seems like the divine feminine is hurting right now. I didn't expect it to be a darker energy today, but this is what I'm getting. We'll see how the rest of the reading goes. But yeah, just know that he is going to do the right thing. It's going to take a little bit, though. He wants to do it the right way, too. So just know that he's sorry. He does want to extend love to you. He does want to extend compassion to you. But yeah, you are hurting. So be aware that you are in this energy, and you can always get yourself out of this energy. Okay? You don't have to stay stuck in heartache over this man. All right, we're going to pull one more card for each. It's going to be 3 cards each for this. What is the masculine energy toward the feminine right now? What is divine masculine? The Six of Swords. See, again, we're back to peace. He really wants peace in this. Yeah, he's seeking that. That's really good. Moving away from troubled waters, wanting peace, wanting to do the right thing. It's like an act of contrition here. It's like praying on it. It's like thinking about it, reflecting on it emotionally. Loving energy, compassion energy, forgiveness energy. I want to do the right thing. And let's get to a peaceful part. Let's get to a peaceful point here. Let's move away from these troubled waters we're in right now. You know, again, I can't tell right now whether there's a separation or not. I feel there might be, but maybe this is about even people who are actually together. There could be some heartache going on right now and maybe some fighting going on. Maybe he feels sorry for something that he did and he needs to apologize to you. He needs to get to this place. This is what he wants. It's really good. Okay, I'm sorry that's not especially romantic right now, but this is where the energies are at. So the last card, what's the divine feminine's energy toward the divine masculine? Let's see here. Okay, it is the Prince of Wands. Wow, okay, that's interesting. The Prince of Wands. You know, I'm trying to think if this is the page in this deck. The page or the knight. It's the page. Let me just double check. Hold on. Let me just see something really quick. Come on, give me a knight. Give me a knight. You know, I think knights are knights. I just want to double check. I want to see if there's a knight somewhere. Prince of Pentacles. Again, I saw another prince, but not a knight. This is really bugging. Prince of Swords. You know what? Wow. Okay. Well, it's looking to me like it's a knight, but they call them princes here for some reason. It's weird. Okay. Well, let's not stress on that too much. Okay. So the feminine, you know, seems like she's like prancing around with the communication possibly. She wants to be fiery and charge ahead. There is a feeling of impulsivity in this particular card here, and this particular energy is impulsive to me. Charging ahead, you know, feeling restless and just going for very much a fire sign situation going on here. So you could be a fire sign feminine, just getting really impatient like we tend to do. I am a fire sign myself, being a Leo, and just charging ahead here. I don't know. I want to say that's a little cautionary because last week I had gotten another reading. It was just, you know, about a little over a week ago. I had that reading where it was warning the feminine not to be impulsive, not to, you know, charge ahead like that, to pause. Because look, this may take a little bit, but this is where it's at. You know, the peace is coming. You don't have to be doing like, hey, you know, I want to talk to you now. I want to rush in right now, you know. You know, you want to do that because you're brokenhearted, you feel trapped, you're just like freaking out probably, and you just want to like break free and break loose, and I get it. And you want to go toward him, and I get that too. Probably want to, you know, you want to talk to him. I get it. This is where you're at right now. So I would say more of dealing with the broken heart and the getting out of being trapped, but you don't have to do it this way. I think this is a warning to just kind of chill out and don't be impulsive and don't just charge ahead without thinking. Don't say something without thinking and, you know, be aggressive and go for it. I don't think it's the time for that right now. So, okay, that's it for that. We're going to move on to other cards now. Okay, hope that you enjoyed that. I did. I thought it was quite interesting. I thought it was good. Okay, so the next cards we're doing are going to be really cool. They're actually to do with the cosmos. We have astrology cards. These are the astrology cards. These are super cool. I love the back of these cards. And then we also have the moonology cards. Okay, so astrology, moonology. So we're going to be getting into some signs, and we're going to be getting into some, terminology for different types of moons. It's going to be really cool. And combined together, it should produce some interesting energy. So let's see. Okay, let's start with the moon first. We'll start with the moonology first, okay? And we'll do the masculine. We're just going to do, one card each, from the astrology and from the moonology for each the divine and divine feminine masculine, okay? So first one is, where is he at in this situation right now with his feminine? Okay, so, oh my goodness. Well, here we are. Told you. He wants peace. Communication is key. Where's he at? He wants to communicate, and it's a new moon of Gemini, so a new beginning of communication. Because Gemini is the communicative sign. It's Mercury. So Mercury is the communicator. But anyway, yes. Interesting, there's two sides here, though. Like, maybe there's like, oh, I really want to talk to her. Oh, I don't know if I should. Oh, I really want to talk to her. I don't know if I should. I don't know. I just thought that was interesting. But yeah, it's a possibility. But he's aware of it. He's aware of it. And we're going to get a clarifying card for this with the astrology deck. Okay. So that's good news. I mean, this is all good news to me. So maybe the feminists can get out of their heartache a little bit. It seems like you're in a little bit of a trapped slump there, girls. So maybe this will help. So what is the clarifying card for this communication here for the masculine? Okay, so we have the moon in Aquarius, your inner wild child awakens, free spirit. Well, that's interesting. It seems like the masculine has something to say about him being a free spirit. Well, just for all you guys who are in third-party situations, your masculine might be free. Or wanting at least to be free, talking about that. Moon in Aquarius. That's an emotional, that the moon represents your emotions, and it's in Aquarius. So these are like freedom-loving kind of stuff. Because Aquarius is always a free spirit. The inner wild child is coming out. Maybe your masculine has been trapped for a while, and he's breaking out, and he's busting loose, and he's breaking free, and he wants to communicate about that. Maybe he wants to have some of these wild times with you as well, and be a free spirit with you. Maybe, another interpretation, his spirit is free. Let's hope for that. Yeah. His spirit is free. Maybe he had an awakening. And he knows he has to communicate about it. Very interesting stuff. I like it. All right, let's see where the feminine's at here. Where's the feminine at with her masculine in this situation? One more thing I wanted to say really quick is this inner wild child. The masculine might know that with you, his feminine, he could be a free spirit. I just got this right on. He could be a free spirit. He could be who he really is. He won't have to be controlled or possessed. He'll be a free spirit, and he could let his inner wild child come out with you. He knows he could be in this energy with you, and so that's what he wants to talk about as well. Okay, just got that. So now with the feminine, adjustments are required. Okay, interesting. So her energy is adjustments are required. Well, toward him, it's like, there's a hand that she's been dealt here with him. There's a certain situation that is happening, and she needs to adjust how she can adjust. Things aren't necessarily going the feminine's way. Obviously, we've seen that, she's not looking too good even in the regular tarot there. And it's the third quarter moon. It's just like right before, it goes, I think it's right before it goes full. I hope, tell me if I'm, correct me if I'm wrong. But it's kind of like, you got to tweak this a little bit. Something needs to be tweaked here on your journey. Adjustments are required. Could be many things. It could be, to do with like how you would have to deal with him. It could be just how you are dealing with him currently. It depends. Like, again, are you with him? Or are you not with him? I feel like this actually is for people who are not speaking because the communication is key, or in a relationship, but right now having a really hard time with communication. That's another possibility. Or in a relationship and not communicating. So I think here there's no real distinction of who we're speaking of. So very general reading today. This could be for many people. Adjustments are required, but no matter what, she's feeling like she needs to tweak something here. She feels like she needs to make some changes, and some acceptance will probably be required too. Some patience will probably be required, and those are all adjustments for her. You saw her in the reading. She was like the Knight of Wands. She wanted to charge ahead. She was all restless. Okay. So we're going to identify the next, we're going to do the clarifying card for her here, for the adjustments are required. Okay, hold on one second. Sorry, I had to go do something like that. Okay, so the clarifying card for adjustments are required. The feminine. Adjustments are required. Why? What's going on with that? Okay, so it says here the new moon in Sagittarius, discovery, freedom, and adventure. Interesting. Wow, this is kind of fun because we've got the masculine with the free spirit, the wild child, and we got you with like discovery, freedom, and adventure. This is sounding very like fun. Where you're at is fun, and where you're at with him is fun, and where he's at with you is fun. But it's the clarifying card, so adjustments are required. I don't know, she's feeling trapped, maybe she wants freedom and adventure. She's been feeling trapped. Maybe that's the adjustment she needs. Sagittarius is all about travel and discovery and opening up to new things. She wants to do this this is her energy. Remember this again, this is her energy toward him. Adjustments are required. I don't know, maybe she wants to just go off and do her own thing. Because I'm looking at Sagittarius and I'm going, that doesn't seem like she's necessarily wanting to couple. It's very probable that you could be wanting to do this freedom and this going away and experiencing new things and adventure with your masculine. Absolutely. That's the energy that you're in with him. Like maybe you're dreaming of that. But I'm getting the sense and the vibe here that you kind of want to do this on your own. Also, what I'm noticing, just so you know, we've got two moons here. We've got the moon in Aquarius and the moon in Sagittarius. Emotional. They're both emotional cards. Very cool. Both cards in astrology charts represent, the moon represents the emotion. So, and I can tell you right now, these guys, Aquarius and Sag, let me tell you, they're freedom loving peeps. This is not a relationship right now. If there is a coupling here and there is a union here, or you are close to union, or once maybe in the future if you are getting into union, I would say this is going to be a very freewheeling type of situation where major possibility of no commitment, just so you know that, feminines, ahead of time. I'm looking at this and it feels like you both could want to be single for a little while, or be in an open relationship, or just explore life together and have fun and be free and wild together. And that sounds kind of cool, actually. Like, I'm a Leo. I've got that. I have a little bit of a Sagittarius spirit though at times, and I love being free and having fun. So hey, this could be a good thing. Or if you really want to nail down a relationship, I would say, well, you're gonna have to wait a little bit there, or maybe it's not even happening. I'm seeing two single people who will be communicating because the masculine really wants that. Looks like he's willing to do that. Or just staying single for a while, staying kind of free, but maybe being together, but being free. It just seems like there's still more discoveries for the two of you to have. He's got to figure out what it's like to just, let his inner wild child out finally. Finally he has a sense of freedom. And you, feminine, you want to discover new things and open your mind, maybe travel too, open your mind to different philosophies maybe in life. And that's Sagittarius as well. Just think of that Sag energy. So this is fun. This is definitely a fun couple. kind of out there hippie couple. So in a good way, not in a bad way, but in a good way. So adjustments are required. I think the adjustment she needs is she needs to, just go into a different phase, have more fun, get out there more, travel maybe, going through a phase of discovery. And, he wants to communicate toward her. He wants to communicate about this free spirit, this newfound free spirit. I love it. Okay, so it's getting a little dark. I think I might have to adjust the lighting here. I don't know. I kind of like the way it looks, but it is kind of dark. So, I don't know. One sec. I want to see something. I want to see if that's too bright. Okay, wait. Maybe I just get a little light, maybe? Sorry about that. That's my shade. It's not moving. Okay. Well, there's a little light. Okay. That's a little bit better. I like that. At least there's some light, because it was getting a little too dark even for my taste. I'll move some of this here. Okay. So we were going to continue on. That was pretty cool. Also, too, I wish I could have mentioned this as we were doing the reading, but all those particular signs that came up might be particular messages for you. The signs were Sagittarius, or your masculine, whoever you're listening for. Sagittarius, Aquarius, Gemini, and that was it. So those signs came up, and just, maybe it's a special message for you guys. Okay, so now we're going to tap into some darker energies here, and we'll do the same thing. We're gonna have a tarot card, and then we're gonna have a clarifying card. For the darker energies, I got the Gothic tarot. Perfect for Halloween. See, I'm gonna be using this tarot a lot during the Halloween season. This is pretty cool. So yeah, the Gothic tarot. We're gonna pull a card for the masculine right now to see where his fear and his shadow is at when it comes to the feminine. Oops. Okay. The divine masculine's fear. What is his fear about her? Okay, the fear is the Knight of Swords. Oh, whoa. Well, he fears communication. It's so weird. It's like he wants communication. He fears communication as well. Yeah, he's maybe fearing about speaking the truth about something. Let's get a clarifying card from this other deck, which is the Wisdom of the House of Night. Okay. So let's get a clarifying card on this Knight of Swords. What's going on with that? Why is he fearing the Knight of Swords? The High Priestess of Spirit. Oh, jeez. Well, this is actually the Knight of Cups in this deck. The High Priestess of Spirit is the Knight of Cups in this deck. So he's the Knight of Swords. So is clarified by, this in this deck, it's kind of like an emotional communication. It's a spiritual connection as well. Yes, very much so. Very much so. More spiritual actually than emotional. So it's almost like he fears talking about the connection. He fears talking about his feelings. That's his fear. Yeah, he because the Knight of Swords comes in and just says it like it is, and just does it. Boom. Coming in with the communication. Coming in with the truth. It's like the truth about the connection, the truth about the feelings. I can't even really see this card. I'm sorry. Look, it's really pretty. The lighting's still kind of funky right now. Maybe I'll try a little bit more lighting. I'm sorry, guys. Just kind of, yeah, it's not really good lighting right now. Okay. Anyway, he's fearful about communication, okay? He's fearful about talking about the connection and talking about the feelings, all right? So let's go into her fear. Let's go into her fear. And what's the deal with the feminine? Her fear is the Knave of Swords. So she's also fearing communication. It's It's almost like, the Knight of Swords and the Knave of Swords, this Page of Swords. She's, yeah. That's also communication too, but it's a little different. It's more like an immature form of it, like thinking about it. Maybe she fears his communication. That's possible. Maybe and the Page of Swords, in modern times, represents social media, like watching someone on social media. So maybe she's watching some stuff on social media and she's freaking out and she's not digging that. She's seeing stuff she doesn't want to see. Page of Swords. It's also a communication, like I said. His is more intense. His one is more like bringing a serious truth. This one's like a little minor, like communication. So they're both kind of fearing that. They're both in their heads, big time. And let's get a clarifying card for that Knave of Swords. And that is listening. Okay, well, she's okay. I mean, like communicating, listening, listening. I mean, maybe she's seeing things on social media, but, and then she's listening to that inner voice that doesn't really help her. That could be like another fear clarifying that Page of Swords. Because this is about like actually really listening, like inner listening to yourself, like, or who you're listening to. But I think, there's stuff that I don't know. I just feel like there's perceptions that she has, but she needs to listen to her inner voice about it. Not necessarily always believe what she's seeing. Because like I said, Page of Swords is like, stalking that social media page of some sort, possibly. If she's fearing communication, is she fearing listening to what he has to say? I don't know. Let's get a little clarifying card. I need that right now for this one, for listening. So what's with listening? We're going to get the Gothic Tarot clarifying card. Why listening? Listening with the Page of Swords. What's the clarifying card? It's the, sorry. Okay, it's the Four of Pentacles. Wow. Okay. Well, that's, hanging on. That's clinging. So, it's just like a clinging energy, clinging to this voice in her head. Maybe it's not a good voice. But clinging, it makes sense. If this is Four of Pentacles, somebody's holding on here. Yeah, so somebody's holding on pretty tight with the Four of Pentacles. And again, we're social media stalking, maybe tripping on stuff. Maybe listening to the wrong people even. But yeah, there's a clingy, I want to say clingy, stocky energy, but it seems like the feminine is just holding on maybe too tight. That's part of the fear. Yeah. So that's I'm kind of getting that kind of energy. Like you need to kind of back off of that a little bit. Don't hold on so tightly. Definitely listen to the better voice inside of you, not that crappy one, and get off social media maybe. Or stop thinking about the communication if you aren't going to do it, because the Page of Swords, you're in your head about it, you're thinking about it, but you're not actually doing it. So, I don't know. You're holding on to something, though. It could be holding on to him, holding on to the ideal. But that's the fear. That's what's going on the dark side. And the masculine, like we said, like we said before, he's just fearing talking about the truth. He's fearing just getting to the point here. Talking about the connection, talking about this relationship, and there's the feelings behind it. So that's that. Okay, so we cleared that up. All right, so now I'm sorry about this camera's wobbly thing here. We're going to go to one last round here with wisdom. Now both of these decks reflect wisdom. I'm just going to show you the book. This one is the Vintage Wisdom Oracle. Okay. And this is what it looks like here on the back. Isn't that pretty? I thought that was kind of like very... There's something a little bit spooky about these cards. Not spooky, but there's something just kind of magical about them. So I wanted to include that in this particular deck. And then the other one is one I don't use very often. So you have to bear with me on this one. I might even have to use the book. More wisdom. Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. This is going to be, what's the wisdom? What's the advice here for the week? So we're going to do, start out with the wisdom of the Hidden Realms, okay? So we're going to do what the masculine needs to know right now. What does he need to do on this journey right now? What is the wisdom for him right now? And then we'll get the clarifying card with the Vintage Oracle. Hope the shuffling's not too loud. Okay, so he's got the High Lady of Love and Compassion, Reverence, Kindness, and Consideration. You know, this is like the Queen of Cups. High Lady of Love and Compassion. That's the Queen of Cups. Reverence. That's the word I was looking for earlier, by the way. That's the word. I'm like, it's reverent. Very reverent. How she was looking in that particular picture, and that was the energy I was getting. Kindness, again, Queen of Cups, and Consideration, same thing. So yeah, his lesson right now, what he needs to do is he needs to be in this energy when he approaches his feminine. I just feel like something opened up his heart recently. I don't know. I just feel like his heart is a little more open with between the Queen of Cups and this. I feel like his heart is a little more open. Let me see if I can get more light. Sorry, guys. Okay, that's a little bit better. It's going to be a little sheen on these cards, though, which is going to suck, but you could see it a little bit better. So, yeah, again, opening his heart, kindness, compassion. You know, it's just very Queen of Cups energy again. It's beautiful. Love and compassion. And we're going to get a clarifying card here. So that's what he needs to do. He needs to get into that open-hearted energy. Because we know he's afraid to talk about it. So, okay, now, what is the clarifying card for this? For the masculine. Healing. Okay. Yeah, remember the Six of Swords? Remember the peace? Yeah, he wants to be in this energy because, he has to heal. He is in healing right now. And I also get that he wants to heal the relationship with this feminine too. He wants that to happen. Especially because I saw that Six of Swords and because of this card with the Queen of Cups. So he is in this mode right now, opening his heart, healing. That's really beautiful. That's great. And he wants this. He wants this with the feminine too. Oh, beautiful. Love it. Okay. So let's get a card for her. What is her lesson? What does she need to do? What does the feminine need to do in this situation? What does the feminine need to do in this relationship situation? Okay, she's got the Wise Woman of Wonderland. That's pretty cool. Integrity and compromise. Again, adjustments are required. Compromise. Remember? Adjustments are required. Let me look at this again. Wise Woman of Wonderland. Integrity, yeah. So you have to stay in your integrity. Kind of talked about that earlier with not being impulsive. There may be some compromises. Like I said, there may be some tweaks that may have to happen here. We talked about that. So yeah, that's just reflecting that again. So this is what the energy you need to be in. Stay with your values. Stay in your integrity. Do not be impulsive in your behavior. Do not be compulsive in your behavior toward him and toward the situation. That is not going to help you. But, maybe it's just kind of giving a little heads up that you may have to compromise with your masculine once you guys talk. You may have to compromise. Not in a bad way, just come to an agreement. But you have to stay in your integrity when you do it. And not go against that. Not go against your values in the situation. That is the advice. Let's get a clarifying card to make sure that's what we're talking about here. Let's see, what is the clarifying card for the Wise Woman of Wonderland? I love that. Here we have love. Oh my goodness. Wow, this is really beautiful, guys. Oh my. Okay, so we've got healing and love. I mean, come on. So the feminine, what she needs to learn is love. She's love. She's the one who gives herself love. She's working on love. Her lesson is love. His lesson right now is healing. He's healing. And you're learning how to love yourself. You're learning how to stay in your values. Even though, yes, love does bend. Love can bend. Love can compromise on things. Sure. Love can make adjustments. But yes, this is where you're at. You are learning about love from this particular situation that you're in. You are learning about love. But I don't mean to be cheesy and quote Whitney Houston here. The greatest love of all is inside of you, inside of me, right? Beautiful song. So, yeah, that's the lesson here. It's beautiful. I mean, this is amazing. You're becoming with the wise woman about love. He's got love too, love and compassion for his healing. This all goes together. This is really beautiful. I'm very pleased with this reading tonight. Very pleased. So this is where we're at. This is what's going on right now. And yep, that's all I got for now. And I really hope that you enjoyed my reading. And if it did resonate, again, please subscribe. Contact me for a reading, a private reading. Comment, like, anything you want. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for joining me and have a lovely evening. Bye-bye.